So on the Nintendo Today app, today, May 6th, 2025, Nintendo revealed a massive roster list, whatever you want to call it, for the Nintendo Switch 2 profile icons. You might be like, well, who cares? Well, I care because these are some pretty cool icons, if I do say so myself. Now, it's unclear, I guess, if there's going to be any of these being added to, you know, the list for Switch 1 owners. I don't see why not, but either way, it's actually a pretty significant bump up in terms of how many more there are. There's 111 more. So there's going to be 258 icons on the Nintendo Switch 2, but there's only 147 on the Nintendo Switch 1. So we're going to jump into this. I'm going to show you guys all of them. If you enjoy this kind of content, leave a like, subscribe for more, and let's go ahead and jump straight into this. So let's check out a video that they posted. It's a lower resolution video. I'll try to like upscale it a little bit or whatever, just kind of blow it up. But it was like 720p, I think, on the app. But you can see there's kind of scrolling through all of the icons, and it starts with all the ones that you would normally typically, you know, expect. But there's some from Super Mario Bros. Wonder, which I don't recall being on the Switch 1. There's a bunch of other icons. Some of them look newer. Some of them maybe are old, but like new renders. We talked about that previously. I mean, some of the Switch 1 renders got redone and whatnot. There's some like Animal Crossing fruit and stuff, some really random stuff. I think some additional Pikmin ones. I think there's only like 2 Pikmin ones on the current Switch 1 console. Correct me if I'm wrong. Just more profile icons across the board, but the ones I'm most excited about kind of ends up happening towards the end. There's like 47 seconds of clip, by the way, but at the end we have a little list of Pokemon you know, profile icons or whatever, and these are brand new. We didn't have any Pokemon ones on the Switch 1, and so I'm personally really excited about this because we have pretty much the 3 starter Pokemon for most of the games, as most recently as I can remember off the top of my head. But and then the addition of 3 extra ones. We have Pikachu, gotta have Pikachu. We have Eevee. It would be nice to get all of the Eeveelutions, and then we have just a Pokeball at the end. The only complaint I have about some of these is they're a little bit kind of on the less vibrant, kind of contrasty side. They're kind of more flat in their coloration. I would have loved to see them a little bit more kind of poppy, a little more vibrant, like especially like Charmander, right? Charmander could pop a little bit more, you know, in his orange. You know, Squirtle with the blue could be a little bit more vibrant, you know, so on and so forth, right? So, but either way, these are some really cool icons. I like it. I like this new lineup of icons. Which ones are your favorites? Which ones do you see yourself maybe, you know, setting up when you know, you actually get your hands on the Nintendo Switch 2? Just kind of going through this list, it's gonna be kind of hard to choose. I'll be completely honest, because there's so many cool ones. Like I love some of these new renders that they have of some of these characters. Some of the new icons, like I said, are really cool. I think I'll probably choose one of the Pokemon. I'll probably choose Charmander. If I'm being quite honest, I'll probably go with that. I'm just looking through them again right here. But yeah, I don't know. I just want to share that with you guys here on the channel. Some people might be like, why make a video out of that? Listen, it's a Nintendo channel. I get excited about Nintendo content. I like to share this stuff with anyone else who's interested and talk a little bit about it and kind of give my little kind of spin and perspective on it. And you know, it's just one of those little things that it's just a nice little touch, you know. Could these profile icons come to Switch 1? Maybe. I don't know why they wouldn't, but it sounds like as of right now it seems to suggest they might not be, but I don't know, maybe they'll add them to Switch 1. Either way, they're new icons, whether it's for Switch 1 or Switch 2, I don't care. It's all the same profile account, really, at the end of the day. So let me know your thoughts. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, subscribe for more. Until the next one, game on. I'll see you guys later.